Hello, welcome to Unboxing Things. I am Jessie Janae, co-founder and CEO of Lumi, and here at Lumi we work on packaging supply chain for modern brands. Yeah, it's crazy. So what we're gonna do today is unbox a brand and talk all about the box, and I've got a very special brand in my mailbox today. Let's see who it is. It's a big one. Big. We are going to unbox Ollie. Ollie is a direct-to-consumer brand, or should I say direct-to-pupsumer, because it's food for dogs, human-grade food personalized for your pup. So the outside of this box is really nice and bright. That's because they've gone with an RSC style box that has a white outer. Does it have a white inner? I don't know quite yet. But instead of just the craft outside, they're starting with a white paper stock on the outside of this box. It is a piece of corrugate with a white liner board, meaning that the actual outside piece of paper on the corrugate itself is white. That allows them to print this really beautiful branded orange color on the box and have it really pop. They've gone with a big band of printing, this thing that goes boom and all the way over to the side. I really like this approach to getting a lot of color on the box without flood coating the whole box. I think that's nice and strategic. Also, you can see that it says Ollie, perishable. It reminds me to keep this side up. It's my good side. I think this is really cute and clever. Of course, it says Ollie. It says hashtag myollie, myollie.com. Then over here, it says, this box means that your dog eats just as well as you do, if not better. And then, of course, last but not least, you got my classic thermal label here. A white thermal label on a white box achieves a nice tone-on-tone look. So if you go with a white box on the outside, your thermal label is gonna kind of blend in. Gonna cut in. Now this has, classic packing tape closing it. Because this is an RSC style box, what you might be thinking, that's an acronym, Jessie, help me out. I will. RSC stands for regular slotted container. The packaging industry is filled with very creative people. That's what it stands for. It means that it's just cut using regular box cutting equipment. It does not require a cutting die because it's not a custom shape. All the edges are just flat kind of corner cuts. So you also have to tape the bottom of an RSC style box. There's packing tape on the bottom and the top. Otherwise the box, when you pick it up, would just fly open and all your stuff would fall out. Let's get in there. All right. When I open it, I can tell, boom, it is actually craft in the inside. So the paper stock the box started with was white on the outside, craft on the inside. And then there's a beautiful tray. Welcome to the pack, exclamation. Congratulations, you just made the best decision ever for your pup's health. We're sure your dog will be a Clean Bowl Club member in no time. This corrugate tray, I can tell this tray is made of corrugate because I can already see the corrugated edge. I know from online and also from working with them at Lumi that this is a Puptainer. It's an actual container that they created so I can store my food that I'm receiving on an ongoing basis. I love how they're showing me the lid of it right when I open the box, and if I open it, I can see the container itself. And then here it's saying, post your pup devouring our food with hashtag myollie. I'm gonna lift this tray out and you'll see that this is actually a component unto itself. It fits the Puptainer right in here. Oh, let's open this puppy up. Yes, I said puppy. Yes, it's a dog food brand. Okay, very cool. So not only is this corrugate piece easy to remove separately, and is a fairly simple assembly. You see it's just kind of a band of corrugate slotted so I can push the Puptainer right into there. And then inside the Puptainer itself is some more stuff for me. So there's a couple pieces of collateral in here. The new way to serve Ollie, it explains what the Puptainer is to me. Same Ollie new look, it's explaining the fact that they kind of changed up their packaging, which I love. I love the communicative nature. Get to know Ollie, a how-to guide. This is actually a little pamphlet. Simple, thin white paper with their brand color orange as well. Then this is more for my dog than me. My dog's name is Flexo, official pup of the Clean Bowl Club, and I can sign Flexo's name to this and put it with his other diplomas. He does have other diplomas. He did go to a puppy training school. I want to send him to college, but I researched it and there's no such thing. All of this is just a really great pamphlet for like understanding everything I need to know really quickly about the Ollie brand. I'm sure that all of this is online as well, but I do really enjoy when a brand makes it easy for me to digest the information while the box is in front of me, while I'm unpacking and kind of able to understand it, so I don't just have to constantly flip between looking at my phone or looking at online on my laptop and unboxing the box itself. All right, so there's another corrugate tray in here, and if I take my packing slips out, it shows me what I ordered, gives me simple feeding guidelines. This is just easy 8.5 by 11 recyclable paper. And then there's another tray in here, and it says ready, set, drool. And this tray kind of keeps everything else in place. It also says, this tray keeps your pup's food safe. Handle any ice, dry ice beneath liner with care. So it's warning me that there's dry ice in this package and I should be careful because it can be bad on the hands, etc. Then there's insulation. I like how they're going with a clear plastic on the insulation so I can actually see the fibrous insulation. And of course, actually in here is my individual single containers of the actual dog food itself. And this, in case you missed that, fits right into my Puptainer. So I've got my scoop, and I can actually store this right like that. And of course, when I take this food out, or I'm like served my dog maybe half of this with the scoop, I can put the rest in here and seal it and keep it in my fridge, easy peasy. I want to draw your attention to the fact that this is V2 of the general approach for how to package the food for this brand. As a longtime Ollie customer for my dog Flexo, they used to actually put the food into a larger container. They didn't have the Puptainer, and you would peel it back. There was like a kind of a film on the top, and keep that container in your fridge, and you just throw them out each time. This is an evolution, and I love watching a brand evolve their packaging, being willing to continue to invest into it. If you want to learn more about that process, on our Well Made podcast, we had Nancy on their operations team on to talk about their thinking as they made that transition. It's really cool to hear about from the person who actually did it at the brand. I'm going to actually lift this insulation out. You'll see that when I do that, it's actually two pieces. One was folded under and the other is folded this way. So it's kind of like two big U shapes that make up insulation that covers it. Now, you actually have to do timing studies to make sure that the amount of insulation you're using and the distance it has to travel and the temperatures it's going to encounter when it travels does keep the food at the right temperature. The way that that occurs in the packaging biz is you actually do ship tests with probes inside. Yes, probes, not for aliens, for boxes. And when the box arrives at the other end, you take it out and it tells you what temperatures that the box encountered along the way. There's another component in here that kind of keeps the food separate from the dry ice, so you don't have things kind of touching each other too directly. Again, just simple corrugate components can really do the trick. And then there's holes punched into it to make sure that the actual cold air is flowing from the ice to the food. Now, there's other details on this box. On the flap, it says, "Recycle me." Everything in this box is recyclable or biodegradable because we want to take care of your dog's health and the planet's health too. I'm a big fan of brands reminding you to recycle and how recyclable each component is when they're shipping to you. I think we're ready to roll in the recap. So the folks at Ollie have obviously put together some incredible packaging for all of us. But let's talk about a few things that I love especially mostest. First, it's safe. What do I mean by that? I mean that safety had to be thought about at every step of developing this packaging. From food safety, because if you're gonna ship human-grade food to dogs, you need to make sure to arrive safe and sound, which they do. Also through to creating the layers of packaging so that you don't have the dry ice touching your hands or the food, etc., etc. It's not easy stuff. Next up, it's detailed. I rarely see a packaging experience put together so thoughtfully with so many little cool attentions to detail, from reminding to keep the box this side up, through to the various trays that keep the components separate, the Puptainer, which is actually a piece of packaging you're meant to keep and keep using. Everything has been considered. And of course, it's playful. This might be my favorite part. With all the safety considerations, food safety, shipping frozen things, engineering things, keeping it right side up, this brand still manages to do all of that and have fun copy and keep things really playful. They're shipping this to dogs anyway. Dogs don't even read, which which blows my mind. It feels like they should be able to read. But dogs don't even read, but they're still managing to keep this playful for them and their human counterparts. This has been Ollie Unboxed.